Italian voice, baby. We're back. Finally. Got been off the air with some problems here and everything, but we're back. It's excellent. I'm actually really happy tonight, the Italian voice. So good evening, everyone. Um, the Italian voice fans, welcome back, everybody. It's been a while since I was on the air. So tonight I will be touching on a variety of subjects. So call in at 347-426-3972, and let's talk about what's troubling you, about what's going on in this sick world that we're living in. Only on BlogTalkRadio.com with your honest host, Mr. Dominic Calvino, with the most honest talk in New Jersey. We've been seeing a lot of crazy stuff happening lately. There was just another shooting in, where was it? Let me double check here. I should have been prepared earlier. Yeah, so brutal. I mean, there's so much shit going on lately in this country. And, in Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah, it was Nashville, Tennessee. There was another suspect armed with a gun and a hatchet. Kidding me, man? And after opening fire, he was killed after opening fire in a Nashville, Tennessee movie theater. I just sick of this shit. It's shit don't stop, man. It's getting worse and worse and worse. It's like everybody's a copycat now, and it's like everybody has something to prove to somebody. Well, what's it worth? What's worth somebody's life, or taking somebody's life, or losing your own life? If you want to just kill yourself, just kill yourself. Don't bother other people that have actually, a reason to live. Family, they just want to live with themselves, happy. And it doesn't seem to be getting any better these days. It's really bad, man. It's really, really bad. So if anybody wants to give us a call, 347-426-3972. Special announcement. Yeah, man. Yesterday was 1 year the Italian voice was on the radio. So it's a 1 year anniversary yesterday, which is awesome. So we want to thank everybody. I want to thank all my listeners. I want to thank all my, callers throughout the year. My co-hosts that I had and lost because of some reason. I don't know. But yeah, we're on the air for 1 year, and it's really, really happy about that. It's awesome. Everything's working tonight. The YouTube this is going to be recorded to YouTube so I can share it later. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff tonight. It's a 2-hour show, and we're going to be live until 9 o'clock. So let's get some callers in here, 347-426-3972. I've been off the air for a while. I ran into a couple technical problems and issues within the Blog Talk Radio system, and now it's fixed, thank God. It was a pain in the neck because, I get people to call in, and then, they don't call in. They call in, but then the show gets all messed up and technical issues. So I ended up having to give it a rest and let them work their technical support and take care of that. Also, that it's getting closer and closer to September, so I won't be around for a week. I'm going to actually film my movie, Running Away from the Unknown, and that's going to be taking place in September on 18th of September. That's going to be taken care of, being on set then, and I'm going to be filming in Troma Entertainment, Troma Studios in New York and Queens, Astoria, or Mr. Lloyd Kaufman. It's unbelievable, man. I can't believe that this is just actually happening. It's, oh my God, it's flabbergasting. And I got to say one thing, that it's just totally great, because well, there's one thing that there's actually two people I need to thank for this. It's my parents, um, and my sobriety for my family. And the sobriety is actually, it's crazy. August 3rd was 3 years sober, and thanks for you know the support that everybody's been giving me throughout the 3 years, my family and my close friends that are family, and bringing me to this point. Um, it hasn't been easy. It's been a bumpy road for the past 3 years. Um, you know, Getting dragged back, and trying to stay awake from, trying to stay awake from the demons, and trying to stay away from the shit, and trying not to get back into, falling back into that bad level that I was in for a while. And it was really bad, man. It was terrible. And I got to thank everybody. I remember when I was in the hospital on August 3rd, actually, when my whole family was there in the room, and I was actually getting surgery the next day on the 4th, if I remember right. Um, and it was actually, the doctor had came in and told me the situation, and that I had to have my gallbladder removed. And it was actually, I was scared shit, because I never been rushed to the hospital that way and admitted and had to get surgery. So, but it was my own fault that I lived rough, drinking like an idiot for 25 years of my life. And, almost dying and losing my life 3 years ago. So I had to quit. I mean, there was no other way. I could have died. I almost died. Actually, almost died. And it was one of the things that I had to do. I had to move and get my ass in gear and stop drinking. And it was that August 3rd that I made a promise to all my family and myself that I did it, and that I had to do it, that I was going to do it, and I did it. And I'm sober for 3 years, and now I'm making movies. This is going to be my 5th movie. My movie, Running Away from the Unknown, is my 5th movie, and it's unbelievable. It's totally unbelievable. I can't believe it. It's on December 29th, of my mother's birthday, I just sat down at my house. I was just not doing really anything. I picked up a pen and a pad, and I started writing. And I ended up actually writing a lot. Writing whatever was, writing whatever was coming out of my head, through my hand to the paper, you know. I was trapped in between the lines, and I escaped when I finished the rhyme, you know what I'm saying? And it was kind of, it was difficult. Then I didn't think nothing of it. Then I was like, you know what, maybe I'll think of making a YouTube video, just to get hits on it, you know what I mean? And because I see a lot of people, they make these videos, and they get billions of hits, and they're like not even worth watching, some of them. So I figured I'd get a crew together and just do something small for YouTube, you know. And then it got into the right ears, uh, my agent, and he ended up becoming the man that made the idea of bringing it into movie status. And my agent, Mr. Derek Young, and he actually gave me the idea of doing it, and which was an excellent idea. And I ended up thinking about it. I was like, all right, you know what? Maybe we will do it. Then one thing led to another, and it just kept snowballing. And we got everybody wanting to be involved. And you know, what are we going to do? You know, where are we going to film? That was another hectic issue. I couldn't film in my hometown, and I flipped out because I didn't think that it was going to be able to get done. And you know, this movie is extremely important to me, and it's about my past life as, you know, drinking and alcoholism and wanting to be an actor after Toxic Avenger, and it never materialized after that for 30 years. Um, and then after 30 years, it started snowballing. People started seeing me and noticing after I did an interview with Lloyd Kaufman at Troma. And in July, actually, it's a year. Actually, a year, yeah. And as you can see the poster right there, Trauma, Toxic Avenger, which is awesome. I figured I'd have the camera set up so that I can have that in there for my guests and for people that watch this on YouTube, because it's being recorded onto YouTube right now for the next 2 hours. And so, yeah, people started seeing the interview that was posted. It's on YouTube. And so Lloyd gave me an interview, and for the 30-year reunion of Toxic Avenger, and he posted it after they'd done the editing and everything, and people started. I shared it like crazy, and it was getting thrown around on Facebook and whatever, and I ended up getting calls. Oh, excuse me again. I ended up getting calls from people. Hitting me up online and this and that, and you know, to do this, and let's go there, let's do this. Dominic, you interested in maybe going to a film festival or doing this, and then it just snowballed. People just started calling me up. You want to be in a movie? You want to go to a convention? You want to do this, do that, blah, 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 blah. And my life just totally miraculously changed to, you know, better status. I'm so honored to have who I have in my life right now, and you know, being friends with so many great people, it's just totally unbelievable. I wouldn't have it any other way, and it's just totally fantastic who I have in my life right now, and you know, including my family, of course. I couldn't have done anything without them. So give us a call. We're going to take a break right now, 15-minute break. Actually, you know, break for our 15 minutes. And we'll be right back with the Italian Voice Radio Show, only on BlogTalkRadio.com. So give us a call, 347-426-3972 for the listeners. And we're going to be on until 9 o'clock for our 1-year anniversary show. And we're going to hopefully get some callers in here. So give us a call. Be right back on the Italian Voice with Dom Calvito. Thumbs up, man. 1 year. Fantastic. 1 year of Italian Voice Radio Show. Unbelievable. Positivity, baby. hat's a little beat up, but it's my hat. And it says Italian on it, as you can all see. It's time for a new one, I think. It's time for a new hat, G. Pretty happy that everything's going well right now, and see what happens. I'm trying to get my buddy Nick in here to give me a call into the studio. We'll see what happens, see what he says here. All right, we're back on the Italian Voice Radio Show, 347-426-3972. Wednesday night, it's 7:17 p.m. Only been on the radio for 17 minutes. Feels like I've been on for 2 hours already. So we're going to talk about some things that are going on in this country, about a lot of shootings and stuff like that, and other issues. Yeah, so what's it called? We'll try to get somebody in. Nick's busy. Derek's probably working. Damn, nobody's around. Let's see if we can get somebody to call in here, and see if anybody's online here. I'd like to have somebody call in and give me, let's see if we can get Renee to call in. I want to call my show Renee. See if we can get my homegirl, my co-star, actually in Running Away from the Unknown, Renee Gambrell. She's going to be, or Soproxy, I'm sorry, that's Soproxy is the last name. See if we can get her to call up in. So anyway, yeah, so there's a lot of shit going on in this country right now. Tennessee, man, another shooting. It's all copycat. It's really sickening, because it doesn't. It's everybody in this country. One person does it, then the other guy's got to do it, then the other guy, then the other guy. And it's a vicious circle that's just not stopping, and it's getting actually really dangerous in a lot of ways, because it's like you don't know what to do. You don't know where to go. You don't know, if you're going to go somewhere, you got to really worry if you're going to be safe. It's not like it used to be when we were kids. When I was a kid, it was there was crime and everything, but it wasn't as bad as it is now. It's within the war, within other things happening. It doesn't seem to be getting any better. It's getting worse every day, and there's no way anybody out there, can be safe anymore, or feel safe, or feel like you want to, you can go anywhere and do anything you want with your family, go to the beach, I mean, you can, but you always have to have that in the back of your head that, God forbid, something happens. The what ifs are very, very, very important. And, it's sad. It really is sad. Man, I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. How shit like this transpires. Like, is it because people just want to be, it's obvious that people, let me say this actually, it's obvious that people don't give it two shits about what their life is about, or have any regard for their own life, and it's obvious. And if people don't give a shit about their own life, then why the hell should we give a shit about them? That's the reason, If these people want to die so bad, you've got to not let them die. You've got to put them in jail and, you know, in prison, and let them live there. Let them, you know, you lock them up for life. You got to reverse the tables here, and let them, you know, you got to let them live the way they don't want to live. Because if you just go ahead and kill them, then that's just giving them what they want. So you've got to take away what they want and give them what they don't want. That's the real punishment. So let's take the first caller here. Actually, beautiful. Let's take the first caller here and see who this is calling into the Italian Voice Radio Show. Who do we got? Hello, who do we got? Hey, John, what's going on? Citizen X, what is happening, my brother?
Not much, brother. I just saw your post on Facebook. Figured I'd tune in and see what you're up to.
Yeah, man. I'm back on the air. I had a couple technical issues for a while, and so I gave it a rest. And I'm trying it again tonight. You know, it seems like everything's back in order. This is actually getting recorded onto YouTube as we speak, and just so you know. And so how's everything going? Another shooting in Tennessee, I heard tonight.
I'm sorry, another shooting in Tennessee?
In Nashville. There was a.
I have ignored the news for the whole week, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, there was a shooting in Tennessee in a movie theater again, and the guy had a gun and he had a blade, a knife on him, a hatchet, and he was killed after firing in Nashville Theater. The police killed him. It's fucking ridiculous, bro. Right? Everything's a copycat now.
Are there any excuse me?
Yeah.
Statistics go along with that?
Excuse me?
Are there any numbers to go with that? Did anybody lose their life coming in?
I can open up the link and check for you. Let me see. Hope that thing doesn't go up. Okay. Let me see. I got to put on my glasses because I can't see. Actually, I'm getting old here. Please hit confirm. I don't think it doesn't say.
No, that's right.
Oh yeah, it's unfortunately I can't see. Put these on actually. It doesn't. The gunman was just killed outside the movie theater. I don't see any information of anybody being killed, which is good. I mean, this is just a report online on the news channel I watch. So I don't know if there's going to be, you know, any other projection of anything happening. So, you know, this is still premeditated. I mean, premature actually. So obviously it's still under investigation, as we all know. And but it doesn't say anything about any killers or anything, so that's good. I mean, anybody being killed, so that's good. Yeah. I mean, I don't have one, and you know, I don't want one. It's just that it's really messed up, man. It's every day you hear something. I didn't hear it on the news. I seen it on Facebook, and I turned on the news, and I was like, oh my God, you got to be kidding me again. And shit ain't stopping, man. Everybody's copycatting right now. That's the problem. And with the people you know, in this country that keep doing what they're doing, is just, you know, it's getting to the point that you don't even know where you're going anymore. And I was saying that, I think when you just called in, I was saying everywhere you go, you got to be really careful these days. you might be safe, but you don't want to stop not going out and taking and doing what you're doing, but you still have to be safe on top of it. And doing, you know, being vigilant every day. Even when you're going to work, you got to be careful. Anything can happen anywhere, at any time, anywhere. It's friggin' spooky shit, man. It really is. And, you know, there's nothing you can do about it. And unless you start shooting people, but then you end up in jail. So you can't, you know, there's no matter what you do, you're still going to be crucified for it. Because this country gives more leniency towards the individual creating the crime than the person that's trying to protect themselves. If you shoot somebody in your house for them robbing your house, you go to jail. I don't get it. What kind of shit is that? Hello? Oh, all right. Yeah, well, yeah, I know. But you know what, though? It's a shame because, yeah, yeah. No. I don't have anybody. Just you, my brother. And I said when you first called in, I was mentioning about what we just were talking about. That you've got to be vigilant everywhere you go. You got to be careful, and you know, everywhere you go, even if it's taking a walk to the store, you got to be careful. You don't know who's lurking around previously before you went out and looking for trouble. So you've got to be able to be vigilant and be able to protect yourself at the same costs. You know, I mean, it's a shame that it's got to be this way, and that people are so whacked out in the friggin' head. But that's the way people are, I guess, anymore. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. No, I know. Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Oh, forget it. Yeah. And you know what? It's what the sad part is. You know, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah. Yep. To try to combat it, you got to combat it somehow. There's no other way. And if nobody's gonna, if they're gonna keep keeping these people, letting these people out of jail, and letting these people carry guns, and letting you know, they give them these thin sentences that don't even, they go to jail because what do you think? That, like I was saying before, okay, you got to give somebody the fact, you got to give somebody, you don't give anybody the benefit of the doubt in this type of situation. What you have to do is, you've got to reverse psychology. You've got to lock them up, and lock them up like animals. Because the thing is, these people get away, these criminals get away with murder, obviously, and they go to jail because they know it's a country club, and they don't do anything, you know, regardless of, you know, okay, they're locked up, big deal. They don't give two shits if they're locked up. First of all, they rather die. That's the reason they're doing it. Obviously, they either kill themselves or it's suicide by cop, or these people want to die and this and that and blah, 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 blah. You've got to lock them up for good. Let them die in jail. That's the worst place to die, because either you're going to get killed by one of the other inmates, or a couple of them, or a bunch of them, and you're not going to want to be living, you know, in that type of environment for the rest of your life. So either you're going to take your own life, or you're going to friggin' get killed by the hands of somebody else. That's a whack job. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, because they treat them like they're on vacation. I watch Lockup a lot, and I watch it because it's interesting. But on the other hand, these guys they make it like it's freaking country club, and they they're sitting there doing interviews with them, giving them cameras, giving them putting them on TV. You know what? None of that shit should be even put on television, because you don't know who the hell's watching that and thinking, oh wow, look at this is cool, and then they go out and do something. And all this is provoking crime, is what I'm thinking. Is having all these lockup shows on television and making these people think it's okay to go to jail, because all they do is see it on television. They don't really know the exact factor of being in jail and knowing what really happens behind the wall. The problem is when you do go there and you get either murdered, or you can't take it and commit suicide, or you're strung out on drugs, then, it isn't much of a country club, is it, anymore? But, you know, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, true. Yeah, you're right. And plus, we got to pay for them to sit there for 20 years. What's it, 40, $50,000 a year to in-house a criminal in a prison system, no matter what state it is. I mean, it might have different, um, it might be, it might cost different in different states and everything, but the base price is, I believe, is 40 to 50,000 to house a prisoner. Now, you know, what the hell is that? That's only the, now I think of it, it's a business. That's all it is, it's a business. And the friggin' the prisoners are the cash cows. And it's a shame, but that's the way it is. And in this country, you do something like that in Italy, you kill somebody in Italy, they'll kill you right away. They either chop your friggin' head off or they shoot you. And the case closed. On to the next case. I mean, yeah, uh-huh, yeah, same here. They would think twice. Yeah, I know. That's, and you know what? You can't, and they're making a false prediction with a blindfold on because you don't know what's going to happen. You can't make up your mind and say, oh, it's not like you're going to the store. And you can't even say that if you're going to the store anymore. So just, that's just out of it. You can't say, oh, well, yeah, I'm going to be back. No, you're not. You may think you are. You may. Hey, God bless you if you are. You know, of course, but that type of lifestyle changes a person instantaneously. And as soon as you walk into the jail, your whole life is stripped from you. And it's not as much as just thinking, oh yeah, well, I'm just going to do my time and go home. You don't know that. Nobody knows that. It's unpredictable. It's like sitting home and saying, all right, well, you know what? It's going to snow today, but it's friggin' 100 degrees out, or it's going to rain tonight, or whatever. You can't predict it. If you just don't watch the news ever, you never watch television, you don't know what the hell can happen. Don't predict if you're not gonna, if you can't predict the future, then don't predict it because that's like a lot of things. I was supposed to go to a paranormal investigation last year, and um, I didn't go, obviously, because I just didn't feel right about going. And I actually had a dream about my grandmother, and it was weird because I didn't think that it was going to be anything important, like anything bad, but I ended up not going because I did have a dream about my grandmother, and I haven't had a dream about my grandmother in 30 years. So that kind of like hit somewhere, like somebody was trying to tell me not to go. Even though it wasn't mentioned in my dream, it was weird, so I didn't go. And it kind of, but the point I'm trying to make is there is no point. I totally forgot what I was saying. Yeah. All right, so let me take a break here because I'm getting a call, and we'll be right back with the Italian voice. Hello. Yeah, I'm on the radio right now, but I took a break. Any work tomorrow? No, you haven't. All right. All right. Very good. All right, bye. All right, so we're back. Sorry for that little interruption. Just had another call to the studio that I had to take, personal call. All right, so we're back on the air with Citizen X and Dom Calvito on the Italian Voice Radio Show. If anybody wants to call in, 347-426-3972. Give us a call, and we'll get down. We're talking about a lot of crazy stuff, and it's actually a really good conversation tonight. Great show. And I appreciate that Citizen X taking his time out to call in and get some kind of, you know, insight on what's going on in this country, because it's really, it's sick. And, you know, we got to do something to try to combat what's going on in this country. You know, it's sickening. I mean, it's just not getting any better. It's not getting any safer. And unfortunately, that, you know, when people got to live in fear, that's when the fear actually overcomes the safety. And the way the nation is now, the way the presidency is, we're just hoping that we get out who's in there right now, because he don't belong there. I think he'd be better off in the zoo and picking up friggin' pig shit and feeding the pigs with pellets, because there's obviously a problem somewhere. And he's thinking he's in a country club himself, which he should be in jail for treason. And I don't think anybody is going to benefit from him ever getting elected again. So, you know, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I wanted to talk about that too. Oh my God, the kid had sex. The kid's 18, and he had sex with I think the girl was 14. Yeah, she was 14 years old. He had sex with a 14-year-old, and now I see that another post after that, like a couple hours afterwards, and I noticed that he was put on the registry for a sex offender. And I don't know, man. That's a kind of touchy, because first of all, if he's that stupid to not realize, just from common knowledge of realizing what this girl, you can't tell how old this girl is by just looking at her. I don't know. I can look at people and kind of figure out their age just by looking at them. There's a 4-year difference. Yeah. Yeah, but see, even there, even yeah. No, you're right. And but see now, even though IDs you can even get that are fake. These, they were getting them when I was a kid, and who knows these days what's real anymore, I mean, so yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's a good idea. That's actually a really great idea. Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, man. He's lucky he's not in prison. Um, or he'd be having a lot of sex in prison, and he wouldn't have to worry about the age difference. Yeah, he wouldn't have to be. He'd be the broad. He'd be loving everybody in there, walking around with a friggin' a mop on his head. But you know, I mean, I don't know, but you know what? It's crazy because I kind of feel bad for the guy because his life's ruined from one little orgasm. You know, and the problem is now he ain't gonna get laid for the rest of his life because he ain't gonna be able to. And now I found they said I think I was either I heard it on the news or I read it that that he won't be able to be in the same house. He has to live somewhere else because his brother lives in the same house. So now he's like a convicted rapist without being in jail, and that's a shame because he ruined his whole life. What are you going to do? You ain't going to be able to get a job now. Your whole life's ruined by some stupid shit. And, I kind of feel bad, but on the other token, hey, keep your head up. I mean, be smart enough to realize what the hell you're doing in the first place. And, you know, if you can't figure it out for yourself, you shouldn't be doing it to begin with. And, you know, just like Einstein said, if you can't explain it perfectly, you don't understand it perfectly. And it's the truth. If you can't explain it easily enough, you don't know it well enough, is what Einstein said. And it's the truth. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Plus, it's attempted murder. Yeah. 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 Anything, you know? Well, yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, it's, you know what? Let me tell you something. It's, there's just way too much shit to, you know, there's just way too much shit to stay away from that you have to worry about now. Even, you know, even with crime, now people they you know, somebody you meet that you don't know, you end up running into you somewhere, and you know something didn't happen at this point, and they can end up messing you up, and you know you get jumped or anything. These days, anything's possible at this point, and it's scary because you know, yeah, 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 never, never. This shit, yeah, that shit's been going on since I remember, and since I was a kid, and you know, it's it's just within the last 15, 20 years, it's just been getting worse, and it's you know, all the shit's coming out of the woodwork, and it's all these problems are revolving or evolving, I should say, into such a bad spectrum now. It's just it's uncontrollable. It's the war is out of freaking control because they didn't take care of it when they first should have, and they should have put it to sleep at the beginning. And now it's just so friggin' it's like a friggin' continuous volcano that's just totally you know erupting. It's just they can't control it. They got to put a cap on this shit. You know, this country is gonna end up in a lot of trouble. And you know, the way that they're looking at this problem now is they this country thinks, oh well, you know, it's liberals, oh it's not terrorism, or you know, it's we got to protect them. What? You got to protect who? We got to protect America. That's who you got to protect. the Americans, the ones that are paying taxes to create safety. And you know what? I was thinking about it today, and it's funny that we're talking about this right now. I was thinking about this today, and as of recently, it's come to my attention that recently, like, how can I put this? Like the government, everybody's like the legal mafia, and it's scary because everything you're paying all this money per year for taxes every year. Tax day, tax day, tax day in April, boom, 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 every year, all this money, house tax, school tax, this tax, that, boom, 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 boom. Where's it going? I mean, you're paying. Am I wrong? Yeah, yeah, yeah. They want the yeah. That's true. They want the tires for the bus, and they want to be able to take vacations and this and that and this. First of all, it's all this money is to protect us, but personal safety, public safety, uh, which we need. I don't mind paying what I got to pay, but you know what? In other words, it seems like everything that we have going on in this country, it seems like all the money people are spending per year on their mortgages, on their taxes, on their property taxes, it seems like everything's just, it doesn't seem, all the shit that's going on, it doesn't seem like it's working for anybody. And it seems like to me, it looks like they're using this money for their own benefit, the government, and they're not giving us as payees to any kind of safety. Because it's obvious that all this shit that's happening in this country, why is it happening? Because they're not prosecuting the offenders correctly. They're giving them they're too fucking lenient with these people, and they're getting away with it. And all this shit with the war, now, what are we in? What's the nation's debt? The national debt. It's in the trillions. Trillions. And to have money, to make money, you're going to have money, regardless. So, the thing is, if you don't have a dollar, you ain't gonna get a cup of coffee to go make somebody else a dollar. Or if you've got to go pay $300 for a bill, or $400 for another bill, then that person that wants to get paid for that situation, for that bill, he's gonna be $300 or $400 less in his pocket to have to pay who he's got to pay, and so on and so forth. So that pyramid is touching Mount Rushmore. And really, oh yeah, 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 Yeah. Yes, sir. All right. Yeah, we didn't ask for it. Wow, that's a good point. What's that again? I'll write it down and I'll Google it. Okay. Okay, so it's an American dollar tax, American dollar tax.com. Oh, okay. American tax dollar breakdown. Okay. Tax dollar breakdown. Yeah. Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit. All right, I found something. I'm sharing it to Facebook. Federal spending. Where does the money go? That's exactly what we're talking. That's exactly what I was just saying. Look at this. This is funny. Well, they have a whole bunch of stuff on here. Wow, this is a big site. Wow. Tax revenue, federal funds, 2.5 trillion. Where does the money go? Mandatory spending, 2.5, no, 2.4, for 2.45 trillion. Excuse me. Discretionary spending, 1.1 trillion. Was military, five military. Here we go. Military, 598 billion. Other, 276 billion. Education, 70 billion. Housing, community, 63 billion. International affairs, 41 billion. Energy and environment, 39 billion, and transportation is 26 billion. That's 29% of spending for that. That's totally nuts, dude. Wow. Borrowing 583 billion. discretionary, or yeah, whatever that is. Um, oh yeah, yeah, because I kind of I hit something on there, but it wasn't maybe it wasn't the right thing here. Um, all right, but anyway, yeah, that's but I mean, bottom line, is it's just sickening, man. Um, so I'm going to take a break here, and on the Italian Voice, and we'll be right back. What the hell's going on? Why is it doing this again? Maybe it's this thing. No. All right, well, we had a great conversation with Citizen X, and then he must have got, you know, take care of something else. But we're back on the air. I don't know why the brakes aren't working again properly. Oh well. We're back on the Italian Voice. If anybody wants to call, give us a call, 347-426-3972. Um, we'll be on till 9 o'clock. We got another 15 minutes left to the broadcast on the Italian Voice with your crazy, amazing, honest host with the most honest talk in New Jersey, Dominic Calvino. Only on BlogTalkRadio.com. We're going to be hopefully getting another caller in, on the show here, and we're going to hopefully, get into another breakdown of a whole bunch of interesting stuff here. So give us a call. Let's get some callers in here, and we'll talk about a lot of stuff, man. I mean, it is kind of crazy what's going on in this country and how everything's falling apart at the seams, and it doesn't seem like it's getting any better. Um, I just wanted to relay an announcement that hopefully we're going to be getting a special guest calling in. I'm working on it, trying to get her to call in. There's a special guest from Pix 11 News. Awesome. So happy that she wants to call in. She's busy. She's a weather, actually the traffic anchor. It's Caitlin Monty. Okay. She's going to be calling in, but we're still working on it, and I'm trying to get her to call in when she has her time because she's very busy. She's also the co-host on Celebrity Tastemakers with Lisa Mateo. So she's going to be calling in hopefully this upcoming week. We're going to try to set something up with that, and I'm trying to get Caitlin Monty to call in because she's really cool. She's Italian, so that'll make it even better. And she's on a show that is actually what's it called? Um, about food and everything. So it's really cool that we'll get her to call in. So take a look at that when she is ready to call in. It's going to be a big show. I'm going to give her 2 hours if she has that much time, because I know she goes She has a lot of filming to do for, you know, celebrity tastemakers and stuff like that. So we're going to try to keep that rolling. Um, you know, take a look at, actually, I have a, it's only on for a couple more days. It's a Running Away from the Unknown campaign. You can take a look at Teespring if you're on Facebook. You can take a look at that. And I have a shirt, T-shirts for sale for yeah, for $25. So take a look at that. It's a campaign to fund my movie, you know, and try to get that the funds that we need to take care of stuff, and trying to get that rolling. And hopefully we'll get some good callers in here tonight. Oh, here we go. We got Citizen X coming back. What's going on, fella?
Hey, what's up? Sorry, I guess disconnect with the initial call here.
No, that's no problem. I know you got your hands full a lot, so it's, you know, it's no problem at all. Yeah, we
While we're on the break, I want to make an image and post it before you.
Oh yeah, I seen that in the Italian Voice Radio Show group. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Where does your 2004 tax dollar went? Wow. Military. Interest on federal debt, 15.3 cents. Military, 27 cents. Veterans benefits, 5.8 cents. Food and agriculture, 5 cents. Transportation, 1.9 cents. Energy and environment, 1.6. Why am I killing my eyes here? Just put the glasses on, Dom. Energy and environment, 1.6. International affairs, 1.5. Science, 1.1. Which science, I'm a big science buff. That should be at the top of the charts. First of all, that pisses me off now. Housing and community, 1 cent. Oh man. Education, 2.5. Government, 3.4. Social Security, unemployment, and labor, 8.4 cents. And Medicare and health, 26.5 cents. So the military and the healthcare are actually the biggest receivers of this of the taxes, and everything else falls under them. That's pretty scary shit right there, boy. I don't even know what to say. I mean, that's that's scary, man. Really. I don't know, man. Really is scary, and it's the worst part of it is you know, the condition we're in. That's even worse. The position we're in right now as a nation. This dollar isn't even a dollar, and I got a dollar on me, and you know, you want to buy a cup of coffee, you're going to pay that extra 70 cents or 75 cents to actually get that cup of coffee. You cannot get a cup of coffee for $1 anymore, and you used to be able to years ago. It's sickening.
Where and that takes it. Do you see where the person who made $1 gets that $1?
Oh man, you're right, and you know what? It's totally sickening, because you know, now I've seen something else on Facebook, and I've seen the video on YouTube today, and it was talking about money. Now there was a report that I noticed of, well, I forget what state it was. I shared it, but anyway, there was this in Checkers. It was this employee that actually dropped a bun for a sandwich on the floor in Checkers, and wiped it all over the floor, and then made the burger to give it to the, you know, the customer or whatever. Now, apparently, there's a couple different aspects of um, criminal usury right there. Because, first of all, the guy taking the video is going to go to jail because he didn't do anything to stop it. And he's sitting there as an accessory to the fact. And um, and then you have the person actually doing it. I mean, what gives these people the right? And then it's like the videos on friggin' YouTube. It's all over the place. Um, I'm gonna play it just as the
Well, you
audio.
know,
I want to play the audio real quick and see what our listeners think of this. Hold on one second. Here we go. Now, what if I don't know if you were able to hear that clearly, but I mean it is kind of distorted a little bit. But under the circumstances, it's you know she just created herself a major felony right there, doing that. Now the customer is obviously doesn't have any suspicion of what's going on behind the wall there of the cooking area in the kitchen. Um, Now, once that person eats that burger, they're just gonna get there's how much fucking bacteria is on that burger now, and what happens when they do eat it, and then they end up getting bacteria poisoning and die because it is degenerate.
you know, yeah, I think the second part about that is, it's like we mentioned before, the the camera, they consider that citizen journalism. Now, abusive journalism.
You know what? Oh, I get it. Yeah, yeah. You're breaking up, citizen. You're coming in. Yeah. Just so you know that no, you're right though. Now and then these people cry because they want fucking $15 an hour for what? You kidding me, dude? You can't even be an honest employee by that's attempted murder. Now what happens? You know how many chemicals they use to clean them floors? I mean, it has to be a sanitary environment for them to work in. And obviously, when they clean the floors after the shifts and the place is closed, you know, they have to use, they don't just use friggin' dish soap. They have to use different types of chemicals to try to clean that floor, to keep the floors clean. Now, you know, these people don't realize that. And but police people walking in and out, walking all over the floor, constantly walking back and forth, and friggin', with the dirty shoes and shit. And here they are rubbing food on the floor like that, like fucking animals. And then they want $15 an hour, and they cry over it. What are you kidding me, dude? There's people that work harder that have families that can't even make $15 an hour, and they do the right thing. And here you've got people that don't even care that they're giving people fucking diseases and shit now because they oh man, that pissed me off today, bro. I had to share it because it's just it really pissed me off under the fact that how disgusting can you be that you have no no regard for other people, that you have to go and do that. That's what pisses me off. Yeah, yeah, I'll say it for you, because they're a fucking jackass. I'll say it for you. And you know what? They should be in jail for a long time. Who's ever involved is the scumbag. And what could happen too is God forbid that the customer gets sick and dies because of bacterial poisoning. The family can turn around and sue the establishment. The EPA will go in there, the Board of Health. So she just created a really major problem for everybody. Now, for the Checkers owner, for the friggin' the family, the person that's buying the food, who knows if it's a kid that's sick or has a weak immune system, and yet, and here it is thinking, oh, I'm gonna go to Checkers with my mom and get a burger, you know, and the kid's always happy when they go and do that. And here it is, you got filth like this that has no regard, a total disregard for human life, and not they should be in jail for the rest of their life. Now, see, scum like that deserves to get kicked in the throat with a steel-toed boot, right in the neck, and just to wake her up a couple times. I didn't hear what you said. Oh, you keep breaking up. I'm sorry. I don't know why you're breaking up. Like you might have that thing in your ear. Yeah. No, I know, but that should well, don't go there and get a job. They should work at a car wash then, if they don't want to friggin' uh, I mean, think about it this way: they're complaining about the money that they're making. They want more money. Go get a job somewhere else. I mean, really. I mean, you know, um, it doesn't make any sense to me because it's like you're shooting yourself in your own foot. Now, that's like, okay, well, I'm going to go in the kitchen and stick my head in the fucking oven and just turn on the gas just a little bit, and then, hey, I might like it, who knows? And then I'll turn it up a little bit more. And then I'll just keep turning it up and turning it up and turning it up, and then what? I mean, you understand what I'm saying? It don't make any sense, man. It's like, all right, come on, give me a break, dude. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Wake up, America. Lock up these scumbags and do the right thing by locking them up and keeping them in there and treating them like shit and teaching them that when you go to jail, you don't get out to go in the yard. You don't go out to do this. You're locked up in a cell for your entire friggin' sentence. You don't get out to go nowhere. That's why they had jail. So you get taught a lesson, not so you can just go and get out and go roam around the jail and do this, go here, go there. That's the problem. That's the problem. And people are getting friggin', away with murder. And shit like this pisses me off because it could have been me in there getting sick, and then what? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying to you. And, you know, um, it's, I don't know, man. Yeah, well, you know what? Excuse me? Yeah, that was the worker in there, the employee cooking the burger behind the in the kitchen there of the establishment, and and they ended up, no, you know, she actually was making the burger like it was no big deal, you know, like it didn't even fall on the ground, and she admit she was like rubbing it into the floor, like she was trying to get it to frickin', you know, I don't get it. That's some scummy shit, boy. I don't know, man. But you know what though? She should be in jail along with the piece of shit that was, you know, filming like he didn't even give a shit either. And, you know, I don't know. It sickens me to no end. It really does. Um, for some reason, you keep breaking up. I can't put together what you're saying. I don't know if it's your phone or I don't think it's this connection because I don't know. Uh, well, yeah, that's probably the reason. Well, I don't know. Well, listen, I'm going to end the show because I can't hear you, and um, I'm going to try to fix or figure out what the deal is here. Unfortunately, we're always having a problem on this fucking show. Um, so I'm sorry, you know. Oh yeah, I might jump onto WLOR, and um, I think I might have a co-host. Hopefully, we'll see what happens, and we got to see. But he's maybe going to jump on. I might jump on the new one because you know, they have a lot so much better. It's so much better, man. This is bullshit that I can't even friggin', you know, do a show till 9 o'clock. You know, um, every time I'm on the show, there's so. Well, I went on at 7, so I did a 2-hour show. I scheduled for 2 hours, but now it's like every time I do a show now, there's a fucking problem, and it's pissing me off because, you know, how many times are they not going to fix it? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what? Let me just end the show, and I'll get back to you. You know, hopefully from that other platform, and we'll get together on the air. So I'm going to end the show now because I want to make sure that, you know, I don't waste the time with not trying to, you know, because it's hard to hear right now. Like I can't hear the what you're trying to say, and I don't know if it's on your end or it's the studio or what. Um, but it's really hard for me to hear what's going on. So uh, I'll um, I'll talk to you again, Citizen X. Thanks for hanging around on the radio tonight. I appreciate it, and you know, we will talk again, my friend. All right, thanks, buddy. Have a good night. All right, thank you, sir. Bye. All right, everybody. So we're going to end the show tonight. Right now, having technical difficulties again. I don't know if it's the show or if it was on his end. Um, but I'm going to end the show now, and we'll, what's today, Wednesday, we'll probably try to resume over the weekend. Thanks for listening in, everybody. Thanks for your time. We'll see you again during the weekend. See you. Yeah.